Yo, what up YouTube? Welcome to a trade breakdown of Euro USD I took on Wednesday. Made $1,500 on this exact setup. You guys should already know where I want to enter because on the Wednesday's live stream, I explained the range we were trading from was not high probability and you need to wait for key levels. But I'm going to break down this entire trade right now. It's going to be a short and concise video. So let's break this one down. Also, I would like you guys to comment down below what your biggest struggle is in trading and I can make a video out of it and hopefully it will help you. Before we can go into the entry, we have to establish our higher time frame bias. As always, just like the daily bias video I put out, and if you haven't watched it, go watch that playlist. That is the most important part you want to do first, right? If you're not in line with higher time frame order flow, you can't really decide where you want to trade to. So we got this daily chart on DXY, right? If we want to determine what order flow is, we got to go on the weekly daily first. I can see a nice low down here and I can see the high is all the way up here. Now, what side of the curve are we currently on, right? If you look at the chart from buy side perspective to sell side perspective, we've got a buy side of the curve into sell side of the curve. So you will not look for any buys on DXY as long as we're on sell side of the curve. It doesn't matter if it retraces, right? We're not catching a retracement. We want to catch the expansion, which gives us the highest yield on our trade. Knowing that this is sell side of the curve, we can mark out our PD arrays. We'll start from here. This is the first one. We are respecting a daily fair value gap. We're displacing down lower and once again printing another displacement down here, which is also a daily fair value gap. So what have we established now? We have established a higher time frame key level, right? So let's mark that out. We've got a daily fair value gap. Now that we have established higher time frame order flow, our key level and our draw on liquidity, which is down into this low, we can look for a trade setup on the lower time frame. So let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hour, the structure looks a little bit more interesting. We've got our key level over here. This is the last key level that we marked out, the daily fair value gap. That's where we're going to trade from. Do we want to trade from this piece of price action over here? Sometimes you can, but the entire context is that the weekly candle opened up all the way down here, right? Opened up down here. So what can we expect for a weekly candle? We can expect an open, high, and then a low and a close to form. So we want to be in a premium level on the weekly candle before we want to look for shorts. Now we know the daily key level is above us. We're down in this range down here on the start of the week. Where are we going to actually look for a setup? We want to be in premium. What we're going to mark out is our weekly opening price. What is the power of 3 for the weekly candle? We want to be a seller above weekly opening price. Just like with daily opening price, you want to be above daily opening price. Ideally, if you want to short. Same for the weekly candle, you want to have Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday be above weekly opening price before you want to short it. Now we know we want to short above weekly opening price and in the key level. Let's go to the 1 hour. This is the most important part of this entire setup, which is order pairing, right? I always stress order pairing, which is very important because you only want to sell when somebody is willing to buy. Right? And that is what order pairing entails. We can see this order pairing high over here. And then we've got a order pairing low down here. So now we have established our order pairing high and low. We have established our key level. Now we want to narrow it down. Where is the exact highest point of this DXY weekly candle going to form? I look for inefficiencies, so imbalances in price, which are fair value gaps. We've got one over here. So this is a key level within the range. Now notice we have a smaller range inside of a bigger range, which I explained in the last video as well. This is so key for my trading model. I can literally sell this POI over here because I know this is the highest probability area where high of the week will form. So that's literally what I did. Once DXY tapped this fair value gap up here, went above the order pairing high inside the daily key level, I literally just pressed buy on Euro USD. So if you go to Euro USD, on Euro USD, it looks a lot harder to find a POI here because you can see these wicks down here. There's no clear POI over here, no imbalances. But if you trade Euro USD, I like to use DXY as the backbone, the main line to draw out my key levels from. So the moment we hit this area over here, that was the moment DXY went into that key level. And you can see there's nothing really over here where we can key off from, all the way into a rejection block over here, which is also a PD array. So that is still valid as a PD array. And I literally bought here and then I partialed all the way up here because the new daily candle started. and I was expecting a retracement. And so just in case the weekly range was kept, I partialed over here and looked for another entry down here, which did run up about 2R for some of the guys in the group who took it. My stop loss was down here, so my risk to reward was about 1.2 when it was all the way up here. Not enough to close the trade for. Eventually price dropped and it kept the weekly range on a Thursday. But just in case this was another expansion on a Friday, I tried to position myself with a 0.25% risk. So I had a good 1% over here and then a 0.25% skill in, which ended up slightly down. But the win entirely offsets the loss in this occasion, which is proper risk management. Let me know in the comments down below if you like these types of breakdowns and if it's helpful. Of course, hit the like button and subscribe. You don't want to turn bald, like I said in the last episode. But if you do, still hit subscribe and I will see you in the next one.